Great Edo people, Association of Great Benin Descendants all over the world. We can see we've been able to take a lot of pictures of notable statues around Benin City. We took pictures and video of exactly what is going on in Benin today. We've always been saying that Benin Kingdom is an ancient kingdom and the cradle of black civilization. It is in the prospect of that we realized that we needed to tell the world and the people in general that that concept of cradle of black civilization is no longer in existence because of what we can now see physically. We've seen some of the erected statues that are just 4 years old, how completely destroyed they are. We've seen pictures of Obas laden with a lot of debts as if we are in the kingdom of pigs. For some of us who are not aware, the place we now call King Square or Ring Road was the entrance into the ancient palace of the Oba of Benin before the British invasion in 1897. This is a place that we now have modern statues of the Asoro. Of course, we saw the statue of Ebehimi, how completely destroyed it is, and we saw a lot of mods of great Obas of Benin, the likes of Oba Akenzwa. We saw the mods of Oba Esige with the two leopards. The leopard have been completely destroyed. Then we saw the famous Queen Eden. Her hands has been chopped off, carrying a calabash. That was the actual picture that it was a few years ago. But right now we've seen a woman that no longer have hands. It doesn't speak very well of what we think Benin should be, what the great history, the great legacy of our ancestors. And today we see that there have been a sort of cosmetic improvements on our history, in the sense that we are doing celebration instead of we to complement by having stand legacies. Now, every year a celebration is being contexted in the Benin City or in the form of a Edo festival. But how do we actually celebrate things that are no longer on ground? Now, we want to celebrate Ebehimi for the heroism, the role he played during the British invasion in 1897. But yet, people are not aware, and people commonizes this statue because of how it has remained desolate and how it has been labeled so badly. We see Ring Road is not a den for what we call madmen, those fatherless and motherless homes, and it's quite very pathetic. And we wish to draw the attention of all the Benin in diaspora, all the Benins in Edo State, all the Edo people all over the world. We wish to also draw the attention of the state government to this very dilapidated. It doesn't speak very good of what we think Benin should be all about. Benin is a home of culture and traditions. We should maintain that standard of what the world knows us to be. The other day, we were privileged to visit Ghana through the prospect of Association of Great Benin Descendants. And if you see the way the Ga people were very apprehensive of what Benin should be, or what they had hoped Benin should be. But coming back home, we realized that the way people speak so highly of Benin is not actually how Benin is. And we think we should do something about this. Right now, I'm studying at Ramat Park. If you're coming from the northern part of Nigeria, you're going to follow this true route. And as well as the eastern part of the country, you're going to come through route. And this is the first statue you're going to see. This is how dilapidated the whole statue now is. And we are very, very angry about it. We are very upset that the ancient city of Benin has become so desolate. No more concept of the original idea that the ancestors passed. And the Ministry of Arts and Culture has been designated to fix a lot of these things. And we are quite very angry because they are not doing great jobs, what is expected of them for them to do. This is not a time for we to continually do festival annually and does not have enduring legacies. We must now ensure that we now feast all the tourist attraction places. These things has to be feast as a matter of urgency. Every single station now in Benin is in desolate. The viewers, you all can see from the videos that we are sharing now that it is completely destroyed, and we have to do something. And the responsibility lies on the hands of the Ministry of Arts and Culture, and they have to speedily start doing something about these things. We are not happy because when you come into Benin, you want to see these places. You want to go to Igun. Igun is almost a no-go area. You want to see Asoro statue, it's completely dilapidated. You want to see the Oba statue, you see grasses growing all over these places. You can see the statue is very close to a dustbin. This is not done. And some of these persons based in overseas, they are stays in overseas, they understand the concept of how a true tourism nation works. And these things are not working with all this kind of concept. So we have to change these things. We are very angry about what is happening in Benin City right now because of how things are not done properly. This is not how we can regain Benin to its lost glory in terms of culture, in terms of our cultural heritage, in terms of having to build tourism sites. Nothing has been done concerning these things, and we are calling on the Ministry of Arts and Culture as a matter of urgency to look into all these things and fix it. This is not about politics. We are not trying to criticize anybody, but we are trying to tell people the truth about the whole story, that Benin is not the way it used to be in terms of culture, and a lot of persons has to stand up to ensure that these things are fixed. And that is exactly what Association of Great Benin Descendants have been doing for the past 1 year and 6 months, to bring to the fore, to the knowledge of these people, should in case they are not aware. If they are not aware, we are telling them that this is how bad these things are. You should be aware and do something about it. The tourism site has to be built. It has to be reconstructed. We have to have a fresh ideas of how things should be done. If you want to build Benin City to be a tourist attraction place, you have to fix the things you already have on ground before you can complement by building others. So this is a message that we wish to pass to the Ministry of Arts and Culture as well as the Ministry of Environment, because a lot of places are unkept around these beautiful statues that was built 10-20 years ago. And this is something that should be taken paramount, because it is important. The name of the ancient Benin Kingdom is at stake. Nobody is happy with how dilapidated our so-called statue are now, and things has to be done. So I call on the public, the general public, I call on the government to quickly do something about this. I thank you all, and God bless you. Obaga talk by him.